So here we are doing an unboxing. Anyone in the chat, throw some comments there. If you've arrived after the live stream is finished, and just throw some comments in afterwards, that would be much appreciated. Now, because this is kicked off in a portrait, nothing is set up for portrait, so you just have to give me a second. But basically what we're looking at today, folks, is I am a huge fan of sit-stand desks. But one of the drawbacks, and if you want to check out my video on dangers and advantages of sit-stand desks, I'll put details in the description. But one of the things is that for 350,000 years, human bodies developed hunting, primarily moving around, surviving. So upright, moving around, it gives us a very healthy spine. Thankfully, we're not the prey that we used to be. So we now find ourselves stood around at the desk. Typically, this is my desk. I've been stood here for about an hour, and I realized it was time to get out my Christmas present. It is just the end of the Christmas holidays. I have not been working. That's why I look as scruffy as I look. I don't normally look at this scruffy. I'm in my x-ray room. Love my x-ray room. And but I was gifted this walk-in vibration pad, so I'm super excited. I'm going to bang it open. Now, I've had a look to see what the make is. I don't know what it is. It's made in China. It's called a walking vibration pad, so not only does it walk, which is awesome, it vibrates. The thing is, now sat at a desk is not healthy, but just being stood in the same place is not ideal either. I have got this thing, which is a vibration, rubber mat, which is very good, and it gives you small micro movements. So when you're stood on that, you're actually making micro movements, which is better than just being stood still on, this is a tiled floor, so it's better than being stood still on the tiled floor, but not as good as actually walking. So I asked Santa Claus, that's my wife, for a vibration pad, a walking pad actually. I didn't realize it vibrated. No, that's not actually true. I asked her for a specific pad. I had researched it beforehand, but I'd forgotten about it. So it's a vibration pad, and let's get it unboxed and see what this looks like. And the idea is, hopefully, if you can see, hopefully it's going to fit here. So I have an office that's in-house. So this is, I'm going to see if this is the best pad for home use, but also the best walking pad for office use. So obviously, if it's a great walking pad for home use, or if it's the best walking pad for home use, hopefully I'm going to see if it works just as well for the office, and find out what the differences are, so that you guys, when you are out shopping for your walking pad, you know what to look for. So I've got myself a screwdriver to, couldn't find my knife. I've actually been doing I've been doing renos in the office. So I've been painting up the office, and we're changing up some of the stances at the adjusting tables. Actually, not the adjusting table, more the radiators. I have some very ancient radiators, steam radiators. They are beautiful, beautiful radiators, but I've had them kind of covered up with some radiator covers. I'm going to give them a go without the radiator covers, but I've just had to do some repairs. Okay. These are well sealed. It's this kind of reinforced packing tape. Alright, so that's going to pop open there. Let's see what we got. I don't know if you're going to catch all this. I'm going to just tilt the camera down. I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can get a little bit more of this. If any of you guys are in the comments there, just throw something this way. There we go. So that's what it looks like. It's about, well, I'm 5'8". This one must be, I don't know, 3.5 foot, 4 foot, 5, 8, 3.5 foot perhaps. Okay, so let's pop this open. Okay, I've got it. Looks like it's upside down. Beginner's guidelines. I'll need those in a bit for sure. So obviously, as you'd expect, it's kind of nicely packaged to protect itself with these polystyrene things. There's 6 of them. Right, and it's got like a track running through the middle. Right, let's get this off. It'll be easier for you to see now. This is my adjusting table. You can see the sides that I'm dropping these bits and pieces in. You can't actually see it, so it's just out of shot. Okay. So this is that walking pad. Let's see if I can give you I'll give you some model numbers and the make at the end when I pull it out of here. I had a look on the box, and apart from knowing that it comes from China, I don't really know a lot about it. It's got 4 different modes of vibration apparently. This one is 10 kilograms in weight, so that's 22 pounds. This one runs on 120 volts. So this is North American, obviously I'm in North America. And it is 98 centimeters long by 52 wide by 89 deep. Obviously I'll put all these details in the description afterwards, right down at the bottom, so you guys have got them. Also I'll put a link to the model. Okay. So that's neat. It's got a little on-off switch at the top here. So the whole idea is I'm hoping that this is going to sit underneath my desk. And now I don't have a ton of room here. This is only 7 foot wide. This whole office is only 7 foot wide. And I've got, I don't know if you can see that, I've got my adjusting table there. It's got all the packaging on. But it looks pretty nice. It's pretty slim. It's got a little toggle switch here, on and off. And obviously I think it's going to have a remote control. In fact, I don't even have to think, it's here in the bag. So I'm going to put the box up here out of the way. A couple of just screws at the front. This is the mat that I normally stand on, so I'm going to put that out of the way. And actually just behind my x-ray machine, let me show you, there's not much space, and I was hoping that when I'm not using it, I can actually put it in there. Okay, it looks like it might fit actually. So there's not much space in there at all. It's only approximately a foot. So I'm hoping to be able to stand it up there. And actually that is going to fit in there nice. So I'm happy with that. I don't know if you can see that. There it is there. It just fits in there. Nicely in between my desk and the x-ray protection screen. So that would be sweet. I can just slip that up there. It seems pretty rugged. It's not vibrating or anything like that. There's like rubber feet on the bottom. That's all right, I'm out of shot there. So each like leg, there's 1 rubber foot, 2 rubber foot, and then there's a rubber block at the front and at the back. So that will look pretty good. Now I'll have to work out where I'm going to get my power, and it's got to go in that side. So I'm thinking if I have this on the right, that's kind of for me that's a little awkward because the power block is just here, and I've got the inlet there. The center of my screen is here, so I guess I'm going to look at using it down here. I'll just get my recycling boxes out, put them out of the way so I can get this done. Oh, look at that, that fits perfect. Okay, so that's kind of a super small space I've got here, but that just seems to fit down there perfect. Let me show you. So that's how it sits. Nice. There's my computer screen. That's kind of more like slightly off center. That's kind of in the middle now. Okay, I am gonna just leave you stood there, so I'll probably be in and out of shot. But I want to get things set up so you can actually see it working. Now, if you haven't already seen my ultimate guide to sit-stand desks, I'll put a link in the description. You can go check that out. So if you've got any questions, just shout out there. So anyway, I'm just going to get on and get this going. Now what we're doing is we're looking for the best at-home walking pad. Now this is the first one that I've trialed. I only heard about them about 6 months ago. A person working for me said that there was such a thing as a walking pad. Now I've seen the big ones, probably 8 years ago. The bigger walking pads, the ones they use for exercising. I've seen those before in an office, but I've not seen like one as small as this. Right, so in my case I've got a couple of power leads, one to the right and one to the left of where I'm going to position this. I've only got a lead so long, I don't know if it's going to make it actually. If I put it in, plug it in on the right, actually it may, and I have got a plug over here on the right. I just have to switch off my lamp and lose some light, but I'll hopefully switch on another light from here. Okay, there's my Right, I've got another light switched on there, just to give us a little bit of light so you can see what's going on. Okay, there's my walking pad. Is it going to make it? Oof, it might if I drop it down behind the desk. So obviously when you get your thing sorted out, you need to make sure you've got power in the right place. Okay. That power lead has disappeared. Okay, I think it's gone behind. Oh, there it is. Come down. All right, I've got a power lead. I'll plug it in. I might actually have to move it slightly off center until, if necessary, get an extension. Okay. All right. Power's on. I flick the switch. Oh, that's interesting. So there's a little thing. So I've flicked my switch. It isn't moving yet, but it looks like it's setting itself up. You guys can see that. So that's the first thing. So it looks like you got a speed and a timer and stuff. Now I do have my quick start guide. Like I say, I've literally just opened the box, so I have no idea. I've never used one of these before. So power on check, turn on the device. Prepare before starting. Ensure you're standing firmly and ready before starting the device to avoid losing balance. Vibration mode safety tips. First use. Oh right, safe direction. First use, ensure there is a handrail or stable support. Okay, there's a vibration mode. So this presumably is the walking mode, but when you do vibration, you've got to stand side on. Okay, did not know that. Do not use this treadmill on carpet. So there you go, that's the other thing you will need to know. If you're thinking of using one on a carpet, there must be some other things that need to be sorted out. Okay, all right, I've got a little, there's an Allen key here. There's a bottle of some sort of lubricant. I've got a walking pad vibration instruction booklet here, guys. So there it is. You see what I mean by the fact it's hard to see the brand? It's got like this red flash, but it doesn't really say anything. Even at the back, model, it doesn't really say what the model number is. User monitor, okay, model RM01. So there we go. So this is an RM01, product name, walking vibration pad RM01. I gave you the sizes. Like I say, any more information, like where I bought it originally, I'll put in the description at the end of this video. So you've got a remote control. All right. Remote control with or without batteries, who knows? Not supplied. Remote control not supplied. Hopefully we can get going without the batteries. I don't really want to. Power on auto check. Right. This is remote control. Power on check. The device will perform an auto check upon every power on for about 10 seconds. Once finished, it will enter standby with a beep. Otherwise, please power off and wait for a few seconds before restart. Join the auto check. How to use. Start. Plug in, power up. Press power on the controller to start. So it looks like I will have to get some batteries here, guys. I was hoping I could do it without that. Let's have a look and see if we've got a... No, I cannot see. Yeah, I cannot see if there's a... Yeah. Right, I think I need to get my batteries for me. So obviously this is an unboxing. I didn't realise it was going to come without batteries. I thought I'd have some. I'm going to just nip upstairs. So you guys are going to have to bear with me for 30 seconds. All my batteries are upstairs. So I'll get those, I'll be back down and I can show you what it looks like when we get going. All right. Yes, I am back. Sorry about that. So sorry about that, but that's what happens when you're on live and when you're doing a live unboxing. So So I've got my AAA batteries. So I need to pop those in the remote control. Now I'm obviously going to have a proper read of the instruction manual so I can find out all these cool things. I will make a video about the walking pad after I've trialed it for a little while. I want to do a bit more research with it, like real time using it. But I just thought, let's see if we can get it going. Okay. So it's going. All right. So that's going at 0.2. So it's actually moving, right? I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. I'm going to see if I can get a light down on it. Okay, yeah, I probably can get a light on it actually. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. I just got a little streaming light. There we go. So there we are. That is. So we got it going. So you got a little control there, and it's going from 0 to saying 0.2. So I guess I've got to be on it. I guess that red line there is where I should be standing. And that is obviously super slow. So you've had a close up, I'll get you back because that's going to irritate you, I think, if I'm just there like that. Okay. I'll pull it out a bit. This is obviously where I want it ideally. Looks like maybe, it says there, between the two red lines is the optimal. Okay, so there's a red line there, red line there. So you walk here, stand up the front. Well, that makes sense because you want to shoot back. Now, I didn't know that, so my thinking was it would be under here. I could maybe work at the back because obviously I've only got so much space. So depending on how much space you've got, that would be important to know how these things kind of set up. So there we are there. That's pretty, I guess that's okay if I'm just kind of doing a bit of work. And I was doing a bit of work earlier. In fact, that's why I pulled this out, because I've been working for about 4 hours. Now that's 0.5. Now I don't know what that is, 0.5 of a kilometre an hour or something, 0.5 of a mile. That looks pretty reasonable. So let's see if I can get a bit of work going. All right, guys, if you just joined me, Dr. Craig Heinson here, just doing an unboxing of my new walking pad, because I'm a big advocate of sit-stand desks, or you can't quite see. But there's a sit-stand, that's my sit-stand desk covered in all sorts of stuff, which is a bit of a testament to how strong and sturdy it is. I love sit-stand desks, but I realized I was just kind of standing quite a lot. And it would be nice to do something with that. And I managed to get a fairly inexpensive vibration pad, a walking pad, which also vibrates, which I'm really excited about because there's a whole nother scope of research and scope of investigation I can do and learning I can do in the subject of vibration pads, because I've heard that they're very good for fitness, health and wellness. And that's really what this channel's about, bringing you wellness, resources and value. Okay, so here we are, we're going, it says all right, okay, it's running on seconds there. So I'm not sure if this is a timer. Okay. So there's a timer, it says 2 minutes 49, 2 minutes 50. So it's been running for 2 minutes 50 now. Okay, so it's been running 2 minutes 50 now. You've seen the pad. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a more interesting angle for you guys. Okay, let's see if we can get, yeah. So this is me on the pad. Let's see if we can get my workstation in, because that's really what most people are interested in. How does it work with walking? Well, I'm walking, it's pretty comfortable. Obviously, you're going to set that up to, you start, in this case, I've got my YouTube in front of me. Yeah, just seeing what you guys are seeing. So there we are there. Now, what I was working on, some of my personal finances, so let's see how that goes. So I'm doing some stuff with pulling out my bank accounts, ripping them from, let's have a look. Obviously in this case, I'm A, doing work, and B, talking to you guys, which makes it triply, oh, that's funny. Oh yeah, I just did some work with a download. So let's see if I can get back to where I was. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is pretty easy. You just need to get the speed at something that's comfortable for you. I think it'd be slightly faster for me. And obviously you need to get a position right of the walker and stuff. Okay, so right, I'm going to stop that now. So yeah, really pleased with that buy. I will do a special report on it after I've trialed it for a while, and I'll give you some pluses and minuses. I'll give you the advantages and the dangers of having these sorts of things in the house. Now, I've already done an ultimate guide, the advantages and dangers of sit-stand desks. There are some, they're really great, but there are some serious problems that you do need to be aware of, just in case that applies to you. Just go down below, check out the link. I've done a advantages and dangers video, and I'm going to do an ultimate guide, which is going to put together all this information. So if you want to get notification of that, obviously my full-time job is chiropractor, not really reporting on these devices, although wellness wise it is important because I want you and your family to do what you love for longer. So just subscribe to this channel, ding the bell to all, hit the subscription. If you like this video, hit the like as well, and I'll make sure that you're among the first to get the video next time. All right, take care, have a great new year 2026. Dr. Craig from Loving Life Chiropractic, closing his video on the best walking pad for home and the best walking pad for office. Dr. Craig, over and out.